Hey YouTube, what's up, what's up, what's up? How art thou? How thou art good. Today we're going to be talking about a city that is nicknamed the City Beautiful. It is also known as the Old Town. And the city phenomenal to the City of Lights. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm talking about Orlando, Florida. The town Orlando was incorporated in 1875 with 85 residents, 22 of whom were qualified voters. But
in 2019, the population of Orlando was 287,442.
And I'm persuaded more than 22 are qualified voters. Some are Trump supporters and Biden supporters. Well, Trump as in MAGA. As in Make America Great Again. I'm not really big into politics, but when it says Make America Great Again, what time period is it referring to? I really don't know. When it says Make America Great Again, what time period are we trying to make it like again? If you know, leave it in the comments below. But anyway, if you're thinking about moving to Orlando, Florida, watch my top reasons not to move to Orlando, Florida. Number 10, tolls. Now, I read somewhere the Turnpike/Toll Road USA, to where it causes traffic to back up onto the main downtown roads for the volumes of people trying to enter during rush hours. When I worked near the airport 4 days a week, made one downtown commute weekly, I was averaging nearly $100 a month in toll road costs. I was there actually, I believe 2 weeks ago in Orlando, and it's funny because you can travel say 4 miles using the toll and get there in about say 25 minutes. I'm guesstimating. Or you can not pay the tolls in 4 miles, and instead of it taking 25 minutes, it can end up taking 40 minutes. So you kind of really, in my opinion, I think it's kind of wise to use the tolls. But if you want to save some money, you might want to just go and get that, I think it's called a Sunshine Pass or something like that. But yeah, the tolls in Orlando, it can definitely be costly if you don't have that Sunshine Pass. And then also on top of that, if you're an outsider like I am and you're just going through Florida, you may not even know you have to stop at the tolls like I didn't. And then before you know it, you get this, little bill in the mail. Bill in the mail? That sounds weird. Yeah, they'll send you a bill. Keep that in mind. Number 9, politics. Now, I did a little editing and I added some stuff. But somebody on Quora quotes or says, too many right-wing Republicans who actually like Trump. I wouldn't mind their low level of intelligence or poor education. I can tolerate their superstitious beliefs as long as they keep to themselves. Being whiter than beach sand myself, I'm not directly impacted by their racism, even though they do disgust me. But when they start telling me how great Trump is, I truly want to puke in their face. Fortunately, I have met a few such people of whom I must associate, none of which are my friends by definition, and I have a couple of neighbors who are Trump supporters, but I usually avoid them. Although it seems that they are hiding, they must be somewhere in Florida if the vote in Florida was actually accurately reported. Yeah. People take politics super seriously. Not just in Florida, but just in general. I heard of a story recent where 2 people were interested in each other, but the guy actually was a Trump supporter, and the girl found out that the guy was a Trump supporter, and she stopped talking to him because of that. Isn't that something? What if that was the love of her life? I don't know. But it's funny that, people feel this strongly about politics. But yeah, keep that in mind. Number 8, traffic. Now, livingByDisney.com says, driving here is frustrating. Traffic is a real problem. You'll deal with some forms of traffic issues no matter where you live. Living in a growing, thriving city means you'll have constant constructions on the road, tourists and older retirees drive slower, and tons of school in residential areas means increased traffic at odd times. It all means that driving is more frustrating and takes longer. And then somebody on Quora says, good chance you'll have to commute upwards to an hour. It'll be in your best interest to attempt to get housing within 4 miles of I-4 or a turnpike entry, but those prices will be marked to reflect that close proximity. Keep that in mind. Number 7, employment. And stay tuned to the end for some Orlando, Florida trivia. Now, Area Vibe rates the employment in Orlando, Florida as a D-. The income per capita is 10% lower than the nation's average, and the unemployment is 27% higher than the nation's average. The income per capita is $26,982 in Orlando. The median household income is $44,007. Unemployment rate is 5.9%, and the poverty level is 19.9%. Keep that in mind. Number 6, bugs. Now, I read somewhere the wildlife is thriving here, and if you see any body of water larger than a kiddie pool, is assumed to have alligators, and you will need to treat your home for bugs. It's required. And then somebody on Quora says, roaches, OMG. In New York, only dirty people with dirty homes had roaches. I kept my home super clean. It doesn't matter. These huge, nasty creatures find their way in and scare the crap out of you when you least expect it. Wolf spiders. I have never seen spiders this big in real life. Thankfully, I haven't seen big ones in my house, on the outside. If I do see a huge one in the house, I might have to burn it down. Keep that in mind. Number 5, crime. Now, Area Vibes rates the crime in Orlando, Florida as a F. The total crime is 124% higher than the nation's average. Once again, 124% higher than the nation's average. The property crime is 129% higher than the nation's average. There are 5,565 crimes out of every 100,000 people in Florida. The crimes range from murder, rape, robbery, assault, violent crimes, burglary, theft, and others. People in Florida, from my understanding, definitely get a bad rap. Not just Orlando, but just Florida in general for crime. I don't know what's going on. I mean, with all of that sunshine, why are you guys not happy? What's going on? Now I'm saying, I understand. Or do I? No, but seriously. But yeah, I just hear that Florida gets a bad rap for crime. So whatever area you plan on moving to, do your research on that exact area. That would be my advice. Keep that in mind. Number 4, police. Now, do your research on this one. But somebody on Quora says, police just love giving speeding tickets. If they aren't beating up some minority person, they are hiding in the bushes waiting to ambush you. They'll ticket you for going 1 mile per hour over the speed limit. Figure a minimum fine of $300 and points on your license that will add up quickly. Once again, do your research on that. I mean, if you guys know, please comment. Please let me know. Are they really hiding in bushes, waiting to ambush people? I mean, that's just what I found. Keep that in mind. But please let me know in the comments if you do know the truth on that one. Trivia time. How was Orlando's old city hall demolished? A, from terrorism. B, wild animals? C, in a music video scene? Or D, in a movie scene? Which one you think it is? And if you guessed D, in a movie scene, then you are correct. Yeah, apparently Orlando reached out to Hollywood and producer Joel Silver ended up blowing up the building for the opening scene of Lethal Weapon 3. Number 3, schools. Now, Area Vibe rates the schooling here as a C. The average test scores are 1% higher than the nation's average. The student-to-teacher ratio is 17-1. There is 151 total public schools, 79 private schools. Now, just, look at the school that you are sending your kid to, because I see some schools here that are decent. So yeah, just just do the research on the school that you're sending your kid to specifically. I mean, if you care that much. But yeah, keep that in mind. Number 2, construction. Now, somebody on chorus says there is always road constructions. They finish one project and another one begins. I mean, now that could be a good thing or a bad thing. If they're building the city up or whatever case may be. Yeah, I mean, it creates jobs. But, I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. But, yeah, just keep that in mind. If construction is going to be a problem for you. Oh, because if I'm not mistaken, I think construction actually might stop traffic too. Or slow traffic down, more so. But, yeah, just, keep that in mind. And number 1, weather. Now, livingByDisney.com says summer is really hot. How much of a problem this is for you will depend on how much time you will have to be outside. If you work a job that requires you to be out in the heat, like I do, then it will wear on you, especially by the end. Most people just plan only water activities outside in the summer, pool, beach, and otherwise stay inside more during the worst of it. July to September is the worst. And during that time, you'll hate the heat and complain a lot. And then you'll get to the winter, and that's your reward, and you remember why you love living here. And on top of that, there's hurricane season. The person goes on to say, even if there's a season that we don't get hit with, we watch the Weather Channel a lot, especially in August. Keep that in mind. All right, there you guys have it. That's the list. My top reasons not to move to Orlando, Florida. Now, I'm not going to lie. Some of these places, like Orlando, some of the lists are hard to actually make. I mean, Orlando really seems like a nice place. Now, that weather is actually probably going to be a big one for me. Hurricane season. I'm from up north. I don't even know if I've ever even seen a hurricane. Then sinkholes, things of that nature. But yeah, these are just some things to think about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to. And until next, look at the chicken. Or what is that, a bird or something? I don't know. Anyway, until next time, I wish you guys nothing but the best.